Hello. Hold on, just one moment while I turn on the proper lighting for the stream. Excuse me, sorry, I'm in my pajamas because it is quite late and I find this much more comfortable. Now, anyways, thank you all for coming along to the stream. Usually I play video games and the like and the such, but lately, I just want to start off with something, a bit more calm, a bit more. Sorry, I'm just gonna reposition this camera so it looks a bit more good. Good. Hold on. Oh, man, it's hard to find a good viewing angle that looks super casual, huh? Now, but nonetheless, I'm gonna wait until there's a viewer in the stats. I wish there's a way to update it this real time. Hold on. OBS. Now. Hello. Hello, my one viewer. I'm gonna try and figure out a way to do something. Hold on. Twitch.tv. Just gonna pull. No, damn it. Whoopsies. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to find myself a way to keep myself, my channel working and up to date. Now, simply give me one moment and I will. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Trying to figure out ways for this to work. Alright, that will be sufficient. Okay. This is good. Anyways, hello. My name's Kaiko4, and I'm usually a video game streamer. But today I want to do something different. Something a bit more casual, something a bit more calm, relaxing before we get into this. So I'm gonna actually I have an idea. I'm gonna put on some YouTube ambiance. I'm gonna put on some hold on, just give me one moment. Ambient music. Nice. Is this I hope this is not copyrighted, but if it is, well, that doesn't matter all too much. So alright. That seems like a good volume. We're going to be reading a book today. Well, not the entirety of a book, but a part of it. Because this book is considerably long and I have not started. This is Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. I don't know what exactly it's about, but I feel as if I'm going to like this book. I'm a person that is interested in science, somewhat, and I find myself, science and math, and I feel as if this book, might be good for me because I'm a very science and math oriented man. I'm not sure if that's the case for you, but you know, it's different preferences for everyone. And that's alright. Now, this is the cover. I'm just gonna put it right here for you to view. It's a New York Times bestseller, although this doesn't mean all too much, due to the fact that nearly every book's a #1 New York Times bestseller nowadays. It's just not an interesting label though too much anymore. Now, the title is Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. That is just for you to know. On the back, it says, "Praise for Neil deGrasse Tyson from by the Space Chronicles, quote unquote. There is so much to enjoy here, and nothing too arcane for a non-space cadet to follow, by Dava Sobel. From the Pluto Files, quote unquote. You gotta read this. It is the most exciting book about Pluto you'll ever read in your life, by Jon Stewart. Death by Black Hole." These are titles of the reviews right here. Here's some bit of clarification if you wish to see it. Tyson tackles a great range of subjects with great humor, humility, and most important, humanity, by Entertainment Weekly. And our final review on the back. Who can ask for better cosmic tour guides to the universe than Doctors Tyson and Goldsmith, by Michio Kaku, the author of Hyperspace and Parallel Worlds. Now, I'm going to read the first 2 chapters of this book. And the first 2 oh, I accidentally put on the cover upside down. Whoopsie daisy. Why is it like that? The book goes upside down. Whoopsies. Personally, I do not like the feeling of these plastic covers. So if you wish me to keep it on, I can, but personally I like the feeling of the plain book. So this is what I'll be doing. Alright, let's get started. I feel as if I should clarify a couple things first. This is my first time reading a book on a stream, and I do not quite know how to do it done. There might be some things I could do better, such as pulling up a PDF so you could follow along, or doing something like that. However, I want to go with a very simple bare bones approach, similar to an audiobook. So, I believe that this, for now, is the approach I'm going to take, and all feedback is appreciated and the like. I will continue to read this book. Maybe I would think I'd be rereading 2 chapters every day over the course of... Sorry, I'm going to look at the table of contents. Oh, a quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson, I believe. "For all those who are too busy to read fat books, yet nonetheless seek conduit to the cosmos." So, I'll be reading from the preface to the end of chapter 2, which is 48 pages. Next, I'll probably be reading 2 chapters every day for 6 days, because there are 12 chapters. Sorry, this is not the best positioning angle, and the camera quality is not too good. I hope you can interpret this. Thank you. Today we'll be reading. I will pull up the stream information once again. good. This is nice. Hold on. Is there a tag on this that's similar to... Is there a tag on this on a stream similar to playing with viewers, but not playing, but it's more chatting? I feel like that's a just chatting category nonetheless. Well, I would say it's time to get started. I pulled up some ambient music, so hopefully it'll be more soothed, and I'm trying to not go with a much less stressed voice for my stream today. Preface. In recent years, no more than a week goes by without news of a cosmic discovery worthy of banner headlines. While media gatekeepers may have developed an interest in the universe, this rise in coverage likely comes from a genuine increase in the public's appetite for science. Evidence for this abounds, from hit television shows inspired or informed by science, to the success of science fiction films starring marquee actors and brought to the screen by celebrated producers and directors. And lately, theatrical release biopics. I do not understand the word biopics. Featuring important scientists have become a genre unto itself. There's also widespread interest around the world in science festivals, science fiction conventions, and science documentaries for television. The highest grossing film of all time is by a famous director who set his story on a planet orbiting a distant star, and it features a famous actress who plays an astrobiologist. While most branches of science have ascended into this era, the field of astrophysics persistently rises to the top. I think I know why. At one time or another, every one of us has looked up at the night sky and wondered, what does it all mean? How does it all work? And what is my place in the universe? If you're too busy to absorb the cosmos via classes, textbooks, or documentaries, and you nonetheless seek a brief but meaningful introduction to the field, I offer you Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. In this slim volume, you will earn a foundational fluency in all the major ideas and discoveries that drive our modern understanding of the universe. If I've succeeded, you'll be culturally conservant in my field of expertise, and you just may be hungry for more. The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you, by NDT. Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. Chapter 1. The greatest story ever told. The world has persisted many a long year, having once been set going in the appropriate motions. From these, everything else follows. By Lucretius, circa 50 BC. In the beginning, nearly 14 billion years ago, all the space and all the matter and all the energy of the known universe was contained in a volume less than 1/trillionth the size of that period that ends this sentence. Just a comparison, redundant, but yes, the period is so small it doesn't appear on the webcam because it's a period. It's on the book. Conditions were so hot, the basic forces of nature that collectively describe the universe were unified. Though still unknown how it came into existence, this sub-pinpoint size cosmos could only expand rapidly in what today we call the Big Bang. Einstein's general theory of relativity, put forth in 1916, gives us our modern understanding of gravity, in which the presence of matter and energy curves the fabric of space and time surrounding it. In the 1920s, quantum mechanics would be discovered, providing our modern account of all that is small, molecules, atoms, and subatomic particles, But those two understandings of nature are formally incompatible with one another, which set physicists off on a race to blend the theory of the small with the theory of the large into a single coherent theory of quantum gravity. Although we haven't yet reached the finish line, we know exactly where the high hurdles are. One of them is during the Planck era of the early universe. That's the interval of the time from t equals 0 up to t equals 10 to the negative 43 seconds. 1/10,000,000 of a trillion of a trillion of a trillionth of a second. After the beginning. And before the universe grew to 10 to the negative 35 meters, 100 billion trillion trillionths of a meter across. The German physicist Max Planck, after whom these unimaginably small quantities are named, introduced the idea of quantized gravity in the 1900s and is generally credited as the father of quantum mechanics. The clash between gravity and quantum mechanics poses no practical problem for the contemporary universe. Astrophysicists apply the tenets and tools of general relativity and quantum mechanics to very different classes of problems, but in the beginning, during the Planck era, the large was small, and we suspect there must have been a kind of shotgun wedding between the two. Alas, the vows exchanged during that ceremony continue to elude us, and so no known laws of physics describe with any confidence the behavior of the universe over that time. We nonetheless expect that by the end of the Planck era, gravity wriggled loose from the other, still unified forces of nature, achieving an independent identity nicely described by the current theories. As the universe aged through 10 to the negative 35 seconds, it continued to expand, diluting all concentrations of energy, and what remained of the unified forces split into the electroweak and the strong nuclear force. Later still, the electroweak force split into the electromagnetic and the weak nuclear forces, laying bare the four distinct forces we have come to know and love, with the weak force controlling radioactive decay, the strong force binding the atomic nucleus, the electromagnetic force binding molecules, and gravity binding bulk matter. A trillionth of a second has passed since the beginning. All the while, the interplay of matter in the form of subatomic particles and energy in the form of photons, massless vessels of light energy that are as much waves as they are particles, was incessant. The universe was hot enough for these photons to spontaneously convert their energy into matter-antimatter particle pairs, which immediately thereafter annihilate, returning their energy back to photons. Yes, antimatter is real. And we discovered it, not science fiction writers. These transmogrifications are entirely prescribed by Einstein's most famous equation, E equals mc squared, which is a two-way recipe for how much matter your energy is worth, and how much matter your energy is worth, and how much energy your matter is worth. The c squared is the speed of light squared, a huge number which, when multiplied by the mass, reminds us how much energy you actually get in this exercise. Shortly before, during, and after the strong and electroweak forces parted company, the universe was a seething soup of quarks, leptons, and their antimatter siblings, along with bosons, the particles that enable their interactions. None of these particle families is thought to be divisible into anything smaller or more basic, though each comes in several varieties. The ordinary photon is a member of the boson family. The leptons are most familiar to the non-physicists. The leptons are most familiar to the... Sorry about that. The leptons most familiar to the non-physicists are the electron and perhaps the neutrino, and the most familiar quarks are, well, there are no familiar quarks. Each of their 6 subspecies has been assigned an abstract name that serves no real philological, philosophical, or pedagogical purpose, except to distinguish it from the others, up and down, strange and charmed, and top and bottom. Bosons, by the way, are named for the Indian scientist Satyendra Nath Bose. The word lepton derives from the Greek leptos, meaning light or small. Quark, however, has a literary and far more imaginative origin. The physicist Murray Gell-Mann, who in 1964 proposed the existence of quarks as well as the eternal constitution of, as well as as the internal constituent of neutrons and protons, who at the time thought the quark family had only 3 members, drew the name from a characteristically elusive line in James Corse Finnegan's Wake. 3 quarks for Mr. Mark. One thing quarks do have going for them, all their names are simple, something chemists, biologists, and especially geologists seem incapable of achieving when naming their own stuff. Quarks are quirky beasts. Unlike protons, each with an electric charge of +1, and electrons, each with a charge of -1, quarks have fractional charges that come in thirds, and you'll never catch a quark all by itself. It will always be clutching other quarks nearby. In fact, the force that keeps 2 or more of them together actually grows stronger the more you separate them. It's as if they were attached by some sort of subnuclear rubber band. Separate the quarks enough, the rubber band snaps, and stored energy summons E equals mc squared to create a new quark at each end, leaving you back where you started. During the quark-lepton era, the universe was dense enough for the average separation between unattached quarks to rival the separation between attached quarks. Under those conditions, allegiance between adjacent quarks could not be unambiguously established, and they moved freely among themselves, in spite of being collectively bound to one another. The discovery of this state of matter, a kind of quark cauldron, was reported for the first time in 2002 by a team of physicists at the Brookhaven National Laboratories in Long Island, New York. Strong theoretical evidence suggests that an episode in the very early universe, perhaps during one of the force splits, endowed the universe with a remarkable asymmetry, in which particles of matter barely outnumbered particles of antimatter by about 1,000,000,001 to 1,000,000,000. That small difference in population would hardly get noticed by anybody amid the continuous creation, annihilation, and recreation of quarks and antiquarks, electrons and anti-electrons, better known as positrons, and neutrinos and antineutrinos. The odd man out had oodles of opportunities to find somebody to annihilate with, and so did everybody else, but not for much longer. As the cosmos continued to expand and cool, growing larger than the size of our solar system, the temperature dropped rapidly below a few trillion degrees Kelvin. A millionth of a second has passed since the beginning. This tepid universe was no longer hot enough or dense enough to cook quarks, so they all grabbed dance partners, creating a permanent new family of heavy particles called hadrons, from the Greek hadros, meaning thick. That quark to hadron transition soon resulted in the emergence of protons and neutrons, as well as other less familiar heavy particles, all composed of various combinations of quark species. In Switzerland, back on Earth, the European Particle Physics Collaboration uses a large accelerator to collide beams of hadrons in an attempt to recreate these very conditions. The largest machine in the world is sensibly called the Large Hadron Collider. The slight antimatter and matter asymmetry afflicting the quark-lepton soup now passed to the hadrons, but with extraordinary consequences. As the universe continued to cool, the amount of energy available for the spontaneous creation of basic particles dropped. During the Hadron era, ambient photons could no longer invoke E equals mc squared to manufacture quark-antiquark pairs. Not only that, the photons that emerged from all the remaining annihilations lost energy to the ever-expanding universe, dropping below the threshold required to create hadron-antihadron pairs. For every billion annihilations leaving a billion photons in their wake, a single hadron survived. Those loners would get to have all the fun, serving as the ultimate source of matter to create galaxies, stars, planets, and petunias. Without the 1,000,001 to 1,000,000,000 imbalance between matter and antimatter, all mass in the universe would have self-annihilated, leaving a cosmos made of photons and nothing else. The ultimate let there be light scenario. By now, 1 second of time has passed. The universe has grown to a few light years across, about the distance from the sun to its closest neighboring stars. At 1 billion degrees, it's still plenty hot, and still able to cook electrons which, along with their positron counterparts, continue to pop in and out of existence. But in an ever-expanding, ever-cooling universe, their days, seconds really, are numbered. What was true for quarks and true for hadrons had become true for electrons. Eventually, only one electron in 1 billion survives. The rest annihilate with positrons. They're antimatter sidekicks in a sea of photons. Right about now, 1 electron for every proton has been frozen into existence. As the cosmos continue to cool, dropping below 100 million degrees, protons fuse with other protons as well as with neutrons, forming atomic nuclei and hatching a universe in which 90% of these nuclei are hydrogen and 10% are helium, along with trace amounts of deuterium, heavy hydrogen, tritium, even heavier hydrogen, and lithium. 2 minutes have now passed since the beginning. For another 380,000 years, not much will happen to our particle soup. Throughout these millennia, the temperature remains hot enough for electrons to roam free among the photons, guiding them to and fro as they interact with one another. But this freedom comes to an abrupt end when the temperature of the universe falls below 3,000 degrees Kelvin, about half the temperature of the sun's surface, and all the free electrons combine with nuclei. The marriage leaves behind a ubiquitous bath of visible light, forever imprinting the sky with a record of where all the matter was in that moment, and completing the formation of particles and atoms in the primordial universe. For the first 1 billion years, the universe continued to expand and cool as matter gravitated into the massive concentrations we call galaxies. Nearly 100 billion of them formed, each containing hundreds of billions of stars that undergo thermonuclear fusion in their cores. Those stars, with more than about 10 times the mass of the sun, achieve sufficient pressure and temperature in their cores to manufacture dozens of elements heavier than hydrogen, including those that compose planets and whatever life may thrive upon them. These elements would be stunningly useless were they to remain where they formed. But high-mass stars fortuitously explode, scattering their chemically enriched guts throughout the galaxy. After 9 billion years of such enrichment in an undistinguished part of the universe, the outskirts of the Virgo supercluster, in an undistinguished galaxy, the Milky Way, in an undistinguished region, the Orion Arm, an undistinguished star, the Sun, was born. The gas cloud from which the Sun formed contained a sufficient supply of heavy elements to coalesce and spawn a complex inventory of orbiting objects that includes several rocky and gaseous planets, hundreds of thousands of asteroids, and billions of comets. For the first several 100 million years, large quantities of leftover debris in wayward orbits would accrete onto larger bodies. This occurred in the form of high-speed, high-energy impacts, which rendered molten the surfaces of the rocky planets, preventing the formation of complex molecules. As less and less accretable matter regained in the solar system, planet surfaces began to cool. The one we call Earth formed in a kind of Goldilocks zone around the Sun, where oceans remain largely in liquid form. Had Earth been closer to the Sun, the oceans would have evaporated. Had Earth been much further away, the oceans would have frozen. In either case, life as we know it would not have survived. In either case, life as we know it would not have evolved. Within the chemically rich liquid oceans, by mechanism yet to be discovered, organic molecules transition to self-replicating life. Dominant in this primordial soup were simple anaerobic bacteria, life that thrives in oxygen-empty environments but excretes chemically potent oxygen as one of its byproducts. These early single-celled organisms unwittingly transformed Earth's carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere into one with sufficient oxygen to allow aerobic organisms to emerge and dominate the oceans and land. These same oxygen atoms, normally found in pairs, O2, also combine in threes to form ozone in the upper atmosphere, which serves as a shield that protects Earth's surface from most of the sun's molecule-hostile ultraviolet photons. We owe the remarkable diversity of life on Earth, and we presume elsewhere in the universe, to the cosmic abundance of carbon and the countless number of simple and complex molecules that contain it. There's no doubt about it. More varieties of carbon-based molecules exist than all other kinds of molecules combined. But life's fragile. Earth's occasional encounters with large wayward comets and asteroids, a formerly common event, wreaks intermittent havoc upon our ecosystem. A mere 65 million years ago, less than 2% of Earth passed. A 10 trillion ton asteroid hit what is now the Yucatan Peninsula and obliterated more than 75% of Earth's flora and fauna, including all the famous outsized dinosaurs. Sorry, I said that weird. Including all the famous outside dinosaurs. Extinction. This ecological catastrophe enabled our mammal ancestors to fill freshly vacant niches, rather than continue to serve as hors d'oeuvres for T-Rex. One big-brained branch of these mammals, that which we call primates, evolved a genus and species, Homo sapiens, with sufficient intelligence to invent methods and tools of science, and to deduce the origin and evolution of the universe. What happened before all this? What happened before the beginning? Astrophysicists have no idea. Rather, our most creative ideas have little or no grounding in experimental science. In response, some religious people assert, with a tinge of righteousness, that something must have started it all. A force greater than all others, a source from which everything issues, a prime mover. In the mind of such a person, that something is, of course, God. But what if the universe is always there, in a state or condition that we have yet to identify? A multiverse, for instance, that continually births universes. Or what if the universe popped into existence from nothing? Or what if everything we know and love were just a computer simulation rendered for entertainment by a superintelligent alien species? These philosophically fun ideas usually satisfy nobodies. Nonetheless, they remind us that ignorance is the natural state of mind for a research scientist. People who believe they are ignorant of nothing have neither looked nor stumbled upon the boundary between what is known and unknown in the universe. What we do know, and what we can assert without further hesitation, is that the universe had a beginning. The universe continues to evolve, and yes, every one of our body's atoms is traceable to the Big Bang, and to the thermonuclear furnaces within high-mass stars that exploded no more than 5 billion years ago. We are stardust brought to life, then empowered by the universe to figure itself out, and we have only just begun. Chapter 2. Our Earth as in the Heavens. Please give me one moment. Sorry about my stutter. I'm trying to work on it. Until Sir Isaac Newton wrote down the universal law of gravitation, nobody had any reason to presume that the laws of physics at home were the same as everywhere else in the universe. Earth had earthly things going on, and the heavens had heavenly things going on. According to the Christian teachings of the day, God controlled the heavens, rendering them unknowable to our feeble mortal minds. When Newton breached this philosophical barrier by rendering all motion comprehensible and predictable, some theologians criticized him for leaving nothing for the Creator to do. Newton had figured out that the force of gravity pulling ripe apples from their orchards also guides tossed objects along the curved trajectories and directs the moon in its orbit around Earth. Newton's law of gravity also guides planets, asteroids, and comets in their orbits around the Sun and keeps hundreds of billions of stars in orbit within our Milky Way galaxy. This universality of physical laws drives scientific discovery like nothing else. And gravity was just the beginning. Imagine the excitement among 19th century astronomers when laboratory prisms, which break light beams into the spectrum of colors, were first turned to the sun. Spectra are not only beautiful, but contain oodles of information about the light emitting object, including its temperature and composition. Chemical elements reveal themselves by their unique patterns of light or dark bands that cut across the spectrum. To people's delight and amazement, the chemical signatures on the sun were identical to those in the laboratory. No longer the exclusive tool of chemists, the prism showed that, as different as the sun is from Earth in size, mass, temperature, location, and appearance, we both contain the same stuff: hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, iron, and so forth. But more important than our laundry list of shared ingredients was the recognition that the laws of physics prescribing the formation of these spectral signatures on the sun were the same laws operating on Earth, 93 million miles away. So fertile was this concept of universality that it was successfully applied in reverse. Further analysis of the sun's spectrum revealed that the signature of an element that had no known counterpart on Earth. Being of the sun, the new substance was given a name derived from the Greek word helios, sun, and was only later discovered in the lab. Thus, helium became the first and only element in the chemist's periodic table to be discovered someplace other than Earth. Okay, the laws of physics work in the solar system, but do they work across the galaxy, across the universe, across time itself? Step by step, the laws were tested. Nearby stars also revealed familiar chemicals. Distant binary stars beyond a mutual orbit seem to know all about Newton's laws of gravity. For the same reason, so do binary galaxies. And like the geologists' stratified sediments, which serve as a timeline of earthly events, the further away we look in space, the further back in time we see. Spectra from the most distant objects in the universe show the same chemical signatures that we see nearby in space and in time. True, heavy elements were less abundant back then. They are manufactured primarily in subsequent generations of exploding stars. But the laws describing the atomic and molecular processes that created these spectral signatures remain intact. In particular, the quantity known as the fine structure constant, which controls the basic fingerprinting for every element, must have remained unchanged for billions of years. Of course, not all things and phenomena in the cosmos have counterparts on Earth. You've probably never walked through a cloud of glowing million-degree plasma, and I bet you never greeted a black hole on the street. What matters is the universality of the physical laws that describe them. When spectral analysis was first applied to the light emitted from an interstellar nebulae, the signature was discovered that, once again, had no counterpart on Earth. At the time, the periodic table of elements had no obvious place for a new element to fit. In response, the astrophysicists invented the name nebulium as a placeholder until they could figure out what was going on. Turned out that in space, gaseous nebulae are so rarefied that atoms go long stretches without colliding. Under these conditions, electrons can do things within atoms that have never before been seen in Earth labs. Nebulium was simply the signature of ordinary oxygen doing extraordinary things. This universality of physical laws tells us that if we land on another planet with a thriving alien civilization, they will be running on the same laws that we have discovered and tested here on Earth, even if the aliens harbor different social and political beliefs. Furthermore, if you wanted to talk to the aliens, you can bet they don't speak English or French or even Mandarin. Nor would you know anything about whether shaking your hands, if indeed their outstretched appendage is a hand, would be considered an act of war or of peace. Your best hope is to find a way to communicate using the language of science. Such an attempt was made in the 1970s with Pioneer 10 and 11 and Voyager 1 and 2. All 4 spacecraft were endowed with enough energy after gravity shifts from the giant planets to escape the solar system entirely. Pioneer wore a golden etched plaque that showed in scientific pictograms the layout of our solar system, our location in the Milky Way galaxy, and the structure of the hydrogen atom. Voyager went further and also included a gold record album containing diverse sounds from Mother Earth, including the human heartbeat, whale songs, and musical selections from all around the world, including the works of Beethoven and Chuck Berry. While this humanized the message, it's not clear whether alien ears would have a clue what they were listening to, assuming they have ears in the first place. My favorite parody of this gesture was a skit on NBC's Saturday Night Live, shortly after the Voyager launch, in which they showed a written reply from the aliens who recovered the spacecraft. The note simply requested, "Send more Chuck Berry." Science thrives not only on the universality of physical laws, but also on the existence and persistence of physical constants. The constant of gravitation, known by most scientists as Big G, supplies Newton's equation of gravity with the measure of how strong the force would be. This quantity has been implicitly tested for variation over eons. If you do the math, you can determine that a star's luminosity is deeply dependent on Big G. In other words, if Big G had been slightly different in the past, then the energy output of the sun would have been far more variable than anything the biological, climatological, or geological records indicate. Such is the uniformity of our universe. Among all constants, the speed of light is the most famous. No matter how fast you go, you will never overtake a beam of light. Why not? No experiment ever conducted has ever revealed an object of any form reaching the speed of light. What does the laws of physics predict and account for that fact? I know these statements sound close-minded. Some of the most boneheaded, science-based proclamations in the past have underestimated the ingenuity of inventors and engineers. We will never fly. Flying will never be commercially feasible. We will never split the atom. We will never break the sound barrier. We will never go to the moon. What they have in common is that no established law of physics stood in their way. The claim, "we will never outrun a beam of light," is a qualitatively different prediction. It flows from basic, time-tested physical principles. Highway signs for interstellar travelers in the future will justifiably read, "The speed of light. It's not just a good idea. It's the law." You can see it right here in this book. Unlike getting caught on speeding on Earth roads, the good thing about the laws of physics is that they require no law enforcement agencies to maintain them. Although I did once own a geeky t-shirt that proclaimed, "Obey gravity." All measurements suggest that the known fundamental constants and the physical laws that reference them are neither time-dependent nor location-dependent. They're truly constant and universal. Many natural phenomena manifest multiple physical laws operating at once. This fact often complicates the analysis, and in most cases requires high-performance computing to calculate what's going on, and to keep track of important parameters. When Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 plunged into Jupiter's gas-rich atmosphere in July 1994, and then exploded, the most accurate computer model combined the laws of fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, kinematics, and gravitation, climate and weather represent other leading examples of complicated and difficult to predict phenomena, but the basic laws governing them are still at work. The Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a raging anticyclone that has been going strong for at least 350 years, is driven by identical physical processes that generate storms on Earth and elsewhere in the solar system. Another class of universal truths is the conservation laws, where the amount of some measured quantity remains unchanged no matter what. The three most important are the conservation of mass and energy, the conservation of linear and angular momentum, and the conservation of electric charge. These laws are in evidence on Earth and everywhere we have thought to look, from the domain of particle physics to the large-scale structure of the universe. In spite of all this boasting, all is not perfect in paradise. It happens that we cannot see, touch, or taste. It happens that we cannot see, touch, or taste the source of 85% of the gravity we measure in the universe, this mysterious dark matter, which remains undetected except for its gravitational pull on matter we see, may be composed of exotic particles that we have yet to discover or identify. A small minority of astrophysicists, however, are unconvinced and have suggested that there is no dark matter. You just need to modify Newton's law of gravity. Simply add a few components to the equations and all will be well. Perhaps one day we will learn that Newton's gravity indeed requires adjustment. That'll be okay. It's happened once before. Einstein's 1916 general theory of relativity expanded on the principles of Newton's gravity in a way that also applied to objects of extremely high mass. Newton's law of gravity breaks down in this expanded realm, which was unknown to him. The lesson here is that our confidence flows through the range of conditions over which a law has been tested and verified. The broader that range, the more potent and powerful the law becomes in describing the cosmos. For ordinary household gravity, Newton's law works just fine. It got us to the moon and returned us safely back to Earth in 1969. For black holes in the large-scale structure of the universe, we need general relativity. And if you insert low mass and low speeds into Einstein's equations, they literally, or rather mathematically, become Newton's equations. All good reasons to develop confidence in our understanding of all we claim to understand. To the scientist, the universality of physical laws make the cosmos a marvelously simple place. By comparison, human nature, the psychologist's domain, is infinitely more daunting. In America, local school boards vote on subjects to be taught in the classroom. In some cases, votes are cast according to the whims of cultural, political, or religious tides. Around the world, varying belief systems lead to political differences that are not always resolved peacefully. The power and beauty of physical laws is that they apply everywhere, whether or not you truly believe in them. In other words, after the laws of physics, everything else is opinion. Not that scientists don't argue, we do. A lot. But when we do, we typically express opinions about the interpretation of insufficient or erratic data on the bleeding frontier of our knowledge. Wherever, and whenever a physical law can be invoked in the discussion, the debate is guaranteed to be brief. No. Your idea for a perpetual motion machine will never work. It violates well-tested laws of thermodynamics. No. You cannot build a time machine that will enable you to go back and kill your mother before you were born. It violates causality laws. And without violating momentum laws, you cannot spontaneously levitate and hover above the ground, whether or not you are seated in a lotus position. Addendum. You could, in principle, perform this stunt if you managed to let forth a powerful and sustained exhaustive flatulence. That is in the book. It's right here. Sorry. Hold on. Whoopsies. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is there. You can levitate You can levitate above the ground in the lotus position if you farted. A lot. However, it would be very hard and likely impossible, based on how much gas you have. Well, going on. Knowledge of the physical laws can, in some cases, give you the confidence to confront surly people. A few years ago, I was having a hot cocoa nightcap at a dessert shop in Pasadena, California. Ordered it with whipped cream, of course. When I arrived at the table, I saw no trace of the stuff. After I told the waiter my cocoa had no whipped cream, he asserted that I couldn't see it because it sank to the bottom. But whipped cream has a low density and floats on all liquids that humans consume, so I offered the waiter two possible explanations. Either somebody forgot to add the whipped cream to my hot cocoa, either somebody forgot to add the whipped cream to my hot cocoa, or the universal laws of physics were different in this restaurant. Unconvinced, he defiantly brought over a dollop of whipped cream to demonstrate his claim. After bobbing once or twice, the whipped cream rose to the top, safely afloat. What better proof do you need of the universality of physical law? Chapter 3. Let there be light. And that concludes our segment for today. I will now be placing a bookmark for this. If you enjoyed this segment of my streams, then I will do more of it. I will actually continue to do more of this, despite how this is, because I am being not assigned this, but this is a book I need to read. So I'm going to share it with all of you. This is I'll be doing this for my next 5 streams. So I hope you enjoy. Now, thank you all for watching my reading segment here. And I will go ahead . I feel as if that is... Nah, I'll keep that there. I'm going to check something real quick. Simply give me one moment.
I was gonna end my stream because of...
Sorry about that. I was checking what category I use because I'm doing something similar to someone else. I wouldn't consider it... Some people would consider it stealing, yes. Stealing an idea, not actual stealing. That'd be bad. That'd be not good. But, you know, I'm just trying to have some nice times, some nice comfort, giving some nice comfort to some people. And if anybody needs it, then that is all right. It is all right. I've changed the title of my stream, and we'll go on to this. Alright, so if you wish to I should probably set up a panel page for polls and stuff like that. But that is not on right now, so I'll be creating a link an Aggie.io link. And I'll be using this. And I'll be using this to create myself a board for new drawing. I'm going to call it a good drawing. Invite people. I'm going to copy the link. And I will paste it in chat. Now, if anybody wishes to join, they simply click that link. And I'm also going to set up a gimmick channel. Now, pins. I'm just simply doing a couple things by Discord, and now I'm gonna add everyone in my Discord. And I have created a drawing. I will now do several things. I will change my display capture. Sorry about that. Allow me to excuse myself for one moment. There's some things I need to do. Alright, I've almost set this up. Properties and window. Oh, never mind. I'll have to set up a new item in my thing. I'll have to set up a window capture. Chrome.exe. Please give me one moment while I really resize this. While I properly resize. That seems alright. That seems alright, all good. Now, oh, oopsies. I accidentally, now, here's the link. And I'm gonna turn off this I'm gonna turn off this ambience because I do not need it anymore. Ambience is gone. I'm putting on cool, nice. I need music recommendations, man. Hold on. What is crap? Crud. I need to check something. I need just.
And then they're.
Never mind. Crap. I need to find music. I need to find music, but I'm not finding music. Well, that's not good. I'm going to just start drawing little things. Just little things like this. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Beautiful. I'm gonna have to pull out some music, man. I'm gonna need this. Hold on. YouTube. Music. Hold on. I need music. I need good music. I need copyright. Free music. Copyright free background music. I need from I'll take a lo-fi mix. I'll take lo-fi. Nice. Bruh. There's this, this lo-fi is probably a bit too loud, huh? I'm gonna need to put this lower. Alright, that seems good. Okay.
Cringe.
Hey, don't call me cringe. You're cringe.
You're cringe. You don't have a drawing tablet.
I don't have a drawing tablet because I don't have a drawing tablet.
Exactly, that's cringe. Your drawing tablet doesn't have an anime girl on it. Mine does.
I don't. come, god darn it, man. I don't got no drawing tablet because I don't need one. I don't, cause listen, you use your drawing tablet more for Osu than actual drawing.
Actually, I don't, because I don't fucking use it for Osu.
Well, then you're using it wrong. You're playing Osu wrong.
No, I'll play Osu with mouse, because it's just better that way.
Man,
Who drew a dick?
that was probably either you or Johnny.
Well, I'm using the CTL with the dark blue, so that wasn't me.
You do multiple colors, you know, it's just like MS Paint, but like, you can make multiple layers per person.
No, see, if I were to draw it, it could be much better than that because I have a drawing. Eh?
Yeah, true.
Eh?
True.
Exactly. Exactly.
So... you got a drawing tablet. Nice.
Yeah.
But I would suggest maybe don't draw wieners all over the place. Thank you.
That wasn't me, so. You can think it was me all you like, but it wasn't me. I'm actually just tracing the boobs of the anime girl on my Osu tablet.
Dude, just why? This was a horrible idea. Dude, just make an Aggie.io for your server. For your Hardcore Anarchy or whatever Mandy's friend server.
It's funnier this way. Aren't you streaming right now?
Yes. Oh, whoopsies. Yeah, that's an accident. I'm gonna try and draw that lemon guy from that video game, the lemon demon from the game I play.
Ah, fucked up.
By memory. So far, it doesn't really look too good, but you know, that could improve. I gotta find like a... Nice. That's just okay. Ooh. Let's see how the... Whoops. It's not really zooming out too well. Let's see how the canvas is doing well. Oh, you're drawing Osu circles. That's nice.
Yes, I don't know, I'm bored.
Nice. I mean, it's not nice that you're bored, but it's nice that you're spending time here. Even though you play Osu, you're still a valued member of the community.
I don't want to go to the store and buy a monster. But I've done that the past 3 nights in a row, and the cashier probably thinks I'm like some homeless crackhead who's
You're
fucking
going
goes
to
the store and buys
die.
a monster. I drank 2 24-ounce monsters yesterday within like 2 hours of each other. I'm a programmer, you know, so like caffeine doesn't really hit me the same way it hits normies.
Well, I'm very much not pro gamer. And I don't actually drink caffeine. I just don't
Oh.
like it. I don't like it. I don't like tea. I don't like coffee. I don't like any of it. Not because
I
of
drink so much caffeine like that.
not because like medical reason or anything, like or anything like oh my god, coffee's so bad for it. No, I just don't like the taste. Or I'm just not really so interested in coffee because I don't like the bitterness. I'm not really so interested in tea because I just kind of just don't care. I mean, I mean, like, you know, tea is fine, coffee isn't. But, you know, it's just sort of, it's just taste preference.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna turn on anti-jitter in my tablet framework. Oh, anti-cheddar is enabled.
What's anti-cheddar?
It prevents the cursor from shaking too much using like software
Nice. That's actually
because
quite useful.
tab the Force 7.2 is kind of garbage. I mean, it's good, but it's still kind of garbage. It's very shaky.
Oh,
even
I hate
when
that. I
I'm
hate the
not really
anti-aliasing. Boom, that's better. When it comes to drawing with all the pencil stuff, without anti-aliasing just makes it so much better. Otherwise you get that weird bleed stuff and I hate that. I hate it so much. Oh yeah. I started reading a book on stream.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a book by Neil deGrasse Tyson. Only reading 2 chapters a stream because I don't really want to burn myself out in a single stream and just, you know, just not read the book again. So I'm probably just gonna be reading it over the course of the next several ones. Just a little warm-up thing.
Fascinating stuff.
But you know, it's just how it goes. What's my... Alright, so just put that 0, 0. And I'll increase that to 5.
Yeah, I think I fucked that up a little bit.
Don't worry, you screw a lot of things up. I'm kidding, man, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I was like, I thought that was God. Oh wait, if I am God, that means I do stuff. Uh-oh.
Yeah, someone did draw a wiener. That's not really fun or cash money at all.
Rip.
R.I.P. R.I.P. in peace. No, it's not purple enough. Rip in peace, my guy.
It's less terrible, I guess.
Oh, what's that? Is that the Arch Linux logo.
I'm surprised you actually know that.
I tried installing it on my Chromebook and I failed.
I imagine you did. You just tried to install probably the third most difficult to, you know, do properly Linux installation. Second being Gentoo, third being Linux from scratch. Or second being Gentoo, first being Linux from scratch.
Linux from scratch, isn't that just coding in Linux?
No, Linux from scratch is building you're pretty much building a Linux distribution from the ground up, from it through a guide.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's probably for experienced coders.
It kind of depends because, like,
I should
even
probably.
things like Arch and Gentoo are pretty easy when you consider that you can Google it and the entire guide is pretty much written for you on like the Arch wiki or like the Gentoo site. Or in the Linux from scratch book.
I should have.
Scratch is the book.
You know what?
and
I
you
should have
go
just
through
made
step
this
by
the
step.
max size. Why didn't I just make this the max size of a document could be? What? Like an Aggie. Why didn't I just make it big? You know what? Forget this. I'm just gonna go make a new one. I'll delete the old link and I'll make a new one. I need to make a new one. New drawing.
I see.
2000 by 2000. Boom. Square. So just gonna edit that in my Discord. Hold on, announcements. Nice, so cool. And invite.
Somebody added me and they won't make it another VC. So I'll be
This is
hopping
the
out.
new link in the chat for anyone looking. Oh, whoopsies. Yep. basically you can make like shift lines, so. Those are just like practice stuff. Nice. I'm gonna pull up the Discord link right there, because there is where you could also chat and stuff, because I feel like that's actually very important for a communication thing. Also, if you go on a Discord link, you could also it's a good access to the site whenever I'm not streaming, so you know, it's just nice to have. It's a very lonely canvas right here. That's not really that good at all. I need to find people to draw here. My cat wants in. Hey, Guccio. Hey, Guccio. Sorry, excuse me. He's right here, the boy. He loves being with me. He constantly meows to get in this room because he just loves the being comforted. I'm just gonna play some, no, and now he wants off. Hey. Why are you meowing, Guccio? You're meowing a lot more lately, Gucho. I don't get him. It's all weird. Yes, Gucho? I think he wants me to feed him. I thought someone already fed him dinner. I'm gonna check. Excuse me for 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Turns out, nobody did feed him for dinner. Someone skipped responsibility day. And it was my brother. Sorry, I'm repositioning my headphones because sometimes the cable only goes to one ear or the other. It's just very uncomfortable. But, yeah, now I'm back. What's going on with this? I'm not sure if that looks like my cat all too much, but I don't have him as a reference, so, you know, it's the best I'm gonna get. I'm just drawing a couple little tiny, teeny, small things, or really not super duper small things, but really it's very empty. This is nice. Just calm, just calm like lo-fi songs. Hopefully non-copyrighted because it says so on the video. I hate for any part of this stream to be muted. A nice just view of, you know, just stuff. Just a nice canvas for me to draw my doodles. You can always just join because right there it says a link right there. Also on my Discord, there's also the link there. You can always just click in, and you can always just join in. Boom. It's perfectly nice. I don't know what to draw next. I'm gonna draw. I don't know. I'm gonna draw. Hopefully it comes to mind as I draw it. Nah, I don't know what to do with this. Oh, yeah. Grab. No. I don't want to grab like that. I want to actually like move it. How do I move it? Shift move? Or something? Oh, never mind. I just made a shoe. I just made a shoe. Okay. Made 2 shoes, but boom, finally got a circle. pretty sure I did that completely wrong. Yeah, I got that completely wrong. Yeah, it was close. It was pretty close. I shouldn't even be having the I should just have the like the hat first. Good. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Where do I start? I start right on there. Okay. Nice. 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 Cool and good. Now just time to color the hair and stuff, I guess. Bucket. Hair. Nope, that's straight on yellow. I'm not even gonna bother with shading because shading Hoyd. It big Hoyd. Apart from there, that's easy. I'll put tolerance like on 14 or something. Cool, nice. This is nice, this is good. So I'm just looking at some other things right now. Now I'm back. Yes, hello, hello. It's pretty lonely just talking about really nothing and then just drawing what had come to mind. Well, I never really had a problem with like this, just doing something and no one's there to see it. I'm guessing that when people are supposed to be seeing something, or when there's supposed to be people, it's a lot more of a surprise. Hey, Gucho. You want in? You want in, Gucho? I can bring you in, Gucho. Hello, sorry about the racket. See, he's back. You love me, don't you? I can't do anything right now. My hands are covered by the cat. Don't mind this hand coming out from under the cat. Sorry about that. good. This is good. This is nice. Maybe I should stop. You should stop having that. Just have this. Because enjoying what I'm doing is the biggest part of it. Sure, I could make $1 million a month. I could make $100,000 a month. I could be living my dream. But it wouldn't matter if I didn't enjoy it. And there are things that, you know, you just need to consider. You just need to think about. Sometimes they're good things, sometimes they're bad. And there's no point doing this if I'm gonna have more bad times than the good. This is one of the good times. This is one of the nice times. Sorry, Guccino. That's better. At least I have them for better reference during my drawing now. I love you. You're my favorite little kitty. Some things you just can't give up, can't let go. Some things are just too important. I'm gonna put calm. I changed the title again. This onesie always makes me yawn every time I wear it. So much. So, I don't know why. I don't know, probably. I guess it's really trapping the heat in the well.
I have returned.
Hello, how you doing? I'm just calming, man. I'm chilling.
Uh-huh.
I made a new doc. I made one of the new documents. I made a new Aggie.
Uh-huh. I'm currently installing Windows on my desktop that I meant to do 3.5 months ago.
Nice. At least you're getting onto it.
Yeah. I did have Mac OS. I did have a Hackintosh, but that was like the most asinine stuff, and I couldn't get Wi-Fi to work because, like, I don't know, I couldn't find the drivers for this specific version. I didn't feel like downgrading because that'd take another fucking forever because I'd have to make a new core boot like menu thing, and yeah, so yeah, no, I decided to just say nah and not do that, and I'm just installing Windows.
You sound pretty frustrated.
Eh. But is this Windows install right? Okay, yeah, this is.
I got my cat on my lap, and it's just he's making me he's making me do basically nothing, because if I move, then he wakes up, and then he leaves, and then I feel sad.
I have to delete all these partitions on all of my hard drives. I have 4 hard drives and they're all filled with garbage. I'm just gonna wipe them all.
Nice. Look, a second person put on. Nice. Hmm.
Windows cannot install required files. What? Make sure all required files are removed.
That's gotta be frustrating.
Bruh, I know this installer's good. I know this fucking installer is good. What is it doing? What is it on?
Damn.
It works. Oh, wait, I think this is. I know my ISO's good because I checked the hashes.
I have no clue what an ISO is. Please explain.
Uh, ISO make computer go burr.
Alright. That's explanation enough.
System install.
My little cat here has decided to fall asleep on me.
Well, at least it didn't like. At least it didn't like revert all the changes on all the drives because it let me wipe them at least. Okay, I'm going to move my flash drive from that slot to the front slot because I think that might actually be an issue that happens.
Nice. I sure hope you figure it out
Well-
soon, because, well, it'd be a shame if you had to retry it again.
It wouldn't take that long. English, United States, US keyboard. Install. Setup is starting. Woo. Let's go. Pro. I accept the
Yeah.
license terms.
He turned. That's nice. Right now I'm just checking my Discord. Or really my Discords through the ones I'm in. Seeing if there's anything interesting going on. Cause, man, I'm gonna have to be here a while.
Right.
My cat let me like be on the seat because my cat's stuck on my lap. And I don't want to be rude and push him off.
Damn.
He's a good kitty. I like him. He's a good pet. He doesn't scream too much. And he doesn't mess up the walls and the doors and stuff. He doesn't scratch everything, so he's nice. He's well behaved. He's a good one.
Fascinating stuff.
Yes. I wish you the best of luck on your. I wish you the best of luck on your installation of Windows onto your personal computer.
I mean, it's not rocket science. I'll be fine. At the worst, I just have to remake the USB.
Nice. Well, it's still good to have luck, anyways. What should I draw next, man? What are you thinking? So I have no clue what to draw because nobody else is here. So I don't have any inspiration. So it's just a blank canvas with a cat and like with three little drawings. I have no clue what to draw, man. Hmm. This is a predicament, alright. Very, very big. Need to.
Windows cannot. Okay, so somehow my USB is corrupted now, which means I have to remake it. That's
Oh.
fine.
That's a thing. That's a thing that's going on now, huh?
Rufus.
That is not good at all.
Okay, open up Rufus. Find my. The fuck? Isn't light mode?
Nice. My butt is starting to hurt. I'm gonna have to go up. That is better. And no, he woke up now. He wants off.
Oof.
You see, this is what happens, man. He wants out. He's probably just gonna lay on the floor now or something. But, yeah. It's just how it goes. This cat, this damn cat, he's just laying on the floor now. With the crud. I don't get him. He gets off my lap. Actually, no, I completely get him. He gets off my lap because I'm moving around, so he just goes on the floor and he's like, peace, I don't want you anymore. So mean, but, you know, deserved. Now, yeah. How many times have you tried installing now?
Twice. It just failed, so I'm just remaking the USB.
Why are you making it? Why are you installing an OS onto a computer in the first place?
Because I've been planning to do it for like 4 months and haven't gotten around to it.
Oh, okay. What are you gonna use the computer for, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably literally nothing.
Nice.
It's probably just gonna fucking sit there because it doesn't have a GPU, and GPUs are kind of
Important.
right. Yeah, GPUs are kind of. Well, it's not that like. I mean, yeah, they're important, but I don't want to spend $400 on like a 1050 Ti right now. But yeah. I mean, I don't want to spend $400 on a 1050 Ti ever, but it just be like that sometimes. Especially
It
right
do
now
be
with
like
all
that.
the GPU prices.
Do be like that
Absolutely
sometimes.
screwed.
You know what? I'm just gonna draw a little.
Talking through the process a little bit. Okay.
Twitch is stupid. I hate Twitch.
Hmm. How to? I was just wondering, like on my profile thing, how would the symbol thing move if I were to have like different expressions or something? Because that would be probably good to have, you know,
Hmm.
to be able to express different emotions. I already don't have a mouth on my character. If it's the face just gonna keep staying stationary the entire time, then that's not really good at all.
Right. Oh, you actually have 2 viewers.
Really?
One of them is probably me, and one of them is probably you.
Really, I do?
Uh, yeah, you have
No.
2 viewers right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's what it shows on my screen.
Yeah, that's probably true. How you doing? How you doing, Damon? Hey Damon, hey Damon, did you just search my Twitch up or something, or did you like follow me or something? I was just wondering.
Searched it.
Why,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just searched it.
why didn't you follow me? It helps me out a lot. Blah blah blah. Speech that makes me sound pretentious.
On the good news, whenever I search Kaiiak, the first thing that comes up is views. You've got the, the unique name.
Thank you.
Thank you for following Zero Day Damon.
Blah blah blah.
I have
I'm gonna unfollow you now. Yes,
it's-
unfollow.
No, don't do that to me.
Don't say thank you whenever I follow. Okay, I'm gonna follow back, and you're not gonna say anything.
It only
Alright.
sends it the first time.
Good. Okay, I need to close your Twitch thing. I need to close Twitch because my internet is too bad. It is literally too bad to watch Twitch. Hmm. $85.3%. Fucking hell, it's been like 3 years. I am going to. Use created a media that uses UEFI ETF for this. Blah blah blah. Okay, well, never mind. I was going to watch TikTok, but now my drive rejected. Oh fuck, that's right. Actually, I think it will automatically just work. Since I'm pretty sure this PC originally had Pro installed, plus I'm pretty sure this PC was made before they had the license key stored in the BIOS. I'll probably also have to reset BIOS settings since Mac OS probably screwed the pooch on this one. Delete this BIOS. Okay. Load default settings in a miscellaneous.
I'm trying to come up with expressions for this guy. I'm not coming up with nothing.
Alright, now F12, I think. Oh my god, it's gonna be a cunt. Fucking secure boot. Gonna whine about secure boot. Blah blah blah. Invalid signature detected. Okay, well, fine. I'll turn secure boot off then and turn it on later. Photography.
Man, just one more follower until 80 followers. I can't believe that. It's almost like 9 comes right before 10. And that big round number seems somewhat more important, even though it's just one more follower.
Oh, never mind. I was back up and then they're like 200 pounds. Never mind. Never mind. Fucking Windows cannot install the required file. What the fuck do you mean Windows cannot install the required files? I know my ISO is good. I need to fucking check the hashing. Maybe it fucked up somehow. Alright.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, what's this SHA one? 69A1739.
Oh, whoops, that was an accident.
Okay, I'll run the SHA one on this ISO again.
Well, I think I'm pretty done with the stream. It's getting late. It's already 11 p.m. Haven't really done much. Gotta be honest, it's not really much happening at all. I read 2 chapters of a book. And then I drew a couple little drawings on a canvas that I thought literally anybody else would show up to. I mean, I did delete the first one because it was too small. But then I made a second one, and not a single person showed up. Feels bad, man. Pretty. What is Twitch lingo for bad, not good, sad thing? I don't understand. But yeah, it's pretty much that. But it doesn't matter. So I just drew a couple things, had a couple bits of fun. If you've came along, if you came along and you enjoyed this, then head on my Discord. Sorry, right there. Because going on it wouldn't help me out a lot, because it's not like the same thing's following, where larger follower accounts tend to have better traction in a search page. You gotta dig deep for those small creator accounts. It's more like I'd say more like, for say, I don't know, you have a community to join, and you can also access this because the link is there. And I just noticed that the link was being covered the whole time by my latest tipper page, which hasn't been updated in over like a year and a half. Yeah, this onesie does make me yawn. Anyways, thank you all. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, then click on my Twitch link and you'll find a bunch of panels down below. If you're already on my Twitch, then great. one of which leads to this Discord. Also, you could type in a link down there. Another link leads back to my YouTube. Another link leads to my merch page, which is, nice. You don't have to get anything, but it'd be nice if you did. It's same with my donation page. Wow, it's so hot in here. And same with my donation page. If you really wish to, while I'm live, or maybe not even maybe when I'm not live, who knows? But typically when I'm live, if a donation comes in, well then that's very, very good. I haven't had one in a very, very, very long time. It'd be very, very nice to see. Thank you. Anyways, I think I'm done. I think I'm pretty much done here. I'm gonna go peace out, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Due to SATs, which I just did today, I know, very big event. There's no school tomorrow and the day after, so there is. I could do pretty long streams those days if I wanted to, But yeah, just watch out for those. Maybe you could check up on announcements in my Discord. Plug. So yeah, see you later. Peace out. Bye.